Two hooks, useState and useEffect. Now think of useState as planting a seed in a garden. This seed grows over time. Just like the state of our component changes, there's possibility of growth and there's possibility of a change. But useEffect is more like tending to the garden, ensuring that the plant is well watered, ensuring that the plant grows, ensuring that the plant gets enough sunlight. It's really about managing the side effects that keeps our components healthy and thriving. Just like our seed analogy, useState is a React hook that allows you to store data, manage state in functional components, and it also provides a way to update that data. In useState, you can set an initial value for the data. Let's set an initial value for the seed we planted. Let's call it plant. This seed changes over time by using a setPlant function to update the state. When setPlant is called, it changes the state of a component. Let's say we want to change it to this, or even we can return the state to its initial value by calling the same setPlant, returning it back to the seed value by passing in our seed, and we can decide to change it again. How do we connect our useState and useEffect? useEffect comes in to modify whatsoever changes that has been made in our useState. It can decide to come in to redesign, to change the color. Let's take for instance, let's write a useEffect function here. If there is sunlight, let's set the plant to grow, and if there is no sunlight, let the plant fade away. So let's bring in a sunlight here. So when the sun shines on the plant, it should grow. This is the effect we want to happen in our state. Yes, the plant grows, and let's take away the sunlight. We want the plant to fade away, and now it fades. Let me break this down on our VS Code. After importing React, useState and useEffect, so let's create a function, garden, just like planting a seed in a garden. Let's set the initial state to be seed. And let's say the seed has not been watered yet. Let's set it to false. So let's create a useEffect function to perform a side effect in our component. Side effects such as watering the plant to ensure the plant grows. So if water has been applied to the plant should grow. Remember that we said setPlant is primarily to update your state. So let's create a cleanup function to reset the plant state. Return. Now this function stops the watering process and resets the plant to its initial state. This array here, water, is what enables everything we have written in our useEffect function to run. So if this array changes, it's going to rerun whatsoever it is that has been provided in the useEffect function. So let's create a function, growPlant, to update our state. This function should grow the plant, change the state from seed to sampling. So far we've been writing JavaScript code, so let's write something that the user can interact with to ensure that our plant is growing. Let's have the current state, which is the plant. Now let's include a button, grow plant. On click, grow plant. Now let's add another button for the side effects. Set water is true. So if water is true, then water the plant. So the click on this button means that the water is true. Let's run the code. Oops, there's an error. So I debugged it and I checked. This should have been useState, not useEffect. So let's move on. For those following along, please kindly check that you have useState here and not useEffect. So everything is set. So if you click the button to water the plant, then the useEffect function gets run, and here the state has changed to grow the plant, and here the side effect has been made to grow the plant. Now if we click grow the plant, now also it's working perfectly. The state has been updated to sapling. So someone will ask me, what's the difference between the useEffect function and the regular grow plant function? So the major difference between this function is that the useEffect function only runs when there's a side effect, and the side effect here is that if water has been added to the plant, let the plant grow. But for the grow plant function, it is triggered by a button click. It allows users to manually change the state of a plant. It provides a way to modify the state in response to user action. If you learned from this video, please leave a like and also subscribe to my channel for more updates.